The Detroit Lions have made a few roster moves and brought back some familiar faces. Now, one of these guys was brought back yesterday, and I mentioned it in passing in a video that I did, but I wanted to talk more about it today, and that is we knew about Zonovan Knight and Coyote Owasika, and I mentioned Dan Skipper has returned to the practice squad. Now, Dan Skipper was with us last year. He got his first start. You remember that very emotional reaction in the locker room. I want to say we won. It was after week 9. I think he got a start, and he was very emotional in the locker room. I think Dan Campbell gave him a game ball. When we didn't sign him back, he went to he went to the Indianapolis Colts, and then he went to their practice squad. They wind up cutting him or whatever, and now we went and picked him back up. And it was ironic because when he got cut, I was like, man, I wonder if the Detroit Lions go try to bring him back. And now that all this, injury to our offensive line, he's back. So Dan Skipper on the practice squad. I completely expect his number to be called. Dan Skipper is okay. He's not that great, but compared to Matt Nelson, I mean, Matt Nelson makes him look like Penei Sewell out there. So good to see him back. And he really never should have left. But here's what happened today. A familiar face returns to the Detroit Lions practice squad. Devine Ozigbo has returned via Aaron Wilson. First thing I think of when I see Aaron is Rodgers. That's unfortunate. Hopefully that will leave over the next 5 to 10 years. But that's a good signing. Good signing. Now, it was funny because I was going to make a video yesterday, and I still might talk about it a little bit, is what are the Detroit Lions going to do at running back? Injuries can alter a season. If you remember the 2019 season, it was leading up to COVID and eventually Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn getting fired. But something very unique about the 2019 season. The 2019 season, we tied with the Arizona Cardinals out the gate. First game in Arizona, we start the season 0-0-1. We then win our next 2. We go 2-0-1. And if I'm not mistaken, we play the Kansas City Chiefs in Ford Field and we lose that game. So we lose that game and we go 2-1-1. Our record at the end of the season, you remember what it was? 3-12-1. We wind up winning 1 game out of the remaining, 12 at that time. We went 1-11. Why? We wind up having 21 players on injured reserve. That's enough for your offense, almost your offense and defense. That's 1 player short of both your offense, a full first-team offense and full first-team defense. Matthew Stafford was among those players as well. He had the fractured fragments in his back. That can alter a season. And I don't think we're there yet, but it reminds me a lot of what's happening so early. It reminds me a lot of that season. So it's good that the Detroit Lions are able to call back players and add to that depth that we have. But it reminded me of yesterday when I saw that the LA Rams they've been trying to ditch Cam Akers for quite a while. Right now, what they tried to do it the year they won the Super Bowl, they tried to do it last year, and they're doing it again this year. And the thing is, will they cut him? Are they trying to get something for him? But if he's cut, will the Detroit Lions maybe consider Cam Akers? I don't know. David Montgomery is going to be out for 2 to 4 weeks, it seems like. We'll see. I don't know if they will because they brought back Ozigbo to the practice squad. So you have Reynolds, you've got Gibbs, you've got Knight you just brought up. You have Ozigbo on the practice squad. So I don't know if Cam Akers fits in there. But that offensive line and offensive depth is something that the Detroit Lions are already working on. Wouldn't be surprised if a receiver comes eventually as well. But look for more videos today as information comes out. I'm sure the Detroit Lions will start to make some moves probably as we start the new league week. It is on from Seattle and off from Seattle and on to the Atlanta Falcons officially starting today. So we're going to shake that loss and we're going to try to get this win on Sunday against the Falcons. Let me know what you think in the comments below about the return of Dan Skipper and Devine Ozigbo returning to the Detroit Lions practice squad. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.